Welcome back, and here we go. Desyncs, man, you there?
I'm here.
You're here. Knock knock. Desyncs.
Who's there?
You got to play along. Knock knock. Yeah. Game 3. I don't know. I was just joking around. We're just trying to get hyped up. We got game number 3. So are you ready for game number 3, man? This is Mike and Ike versus Ego. We're just ready to have some fun here.
I was ready, but now I wish I could make like David Fry and leave this conversation. Is Sobek gonna get banned away here with the first one? We're talking about Smite now. Mike and Ikes, they're going to be the order team this time around, so they're going to elect to first ban Sobek. That's mostly been Ego's honor, really, at this point, but they've banned Terra in the past as that second pick, so I think that they're really looking at maybe trying to go for that Terra. It's
it's good to change things up. It's definitely good to change things up now. Mike and Ike, obviously losing that second game, do have option for first or second pick, and maybe they want to go ahead and try to do something a little different. Put Ego in a spot where they've got to pick second and ban out some of these other characters, which is always a good strategy because it looks like the Terra is going to end up, or the Giannis is also going to get banned out here. And well, why not go ahead and get rid of Giannis?
Best might have been one of the most impactful players in that last game. I think it went Baskin, then Best immediately afterwards. Had himself an amazing game on that Giannis. And Terra going to get taken away by Ego. The Sobek got banned away for them, so they said, we're not going to let PolarBearMike get Terra here. They just don't want to deal with that, as we're not going to start with the first pick. What are Mike and Ike's going to get?
Well, I mean, why not go ahead and take what has worked for Ego so well in Jigz? It looks like Mike and Ike's are going to go ahead and take over the Sylvanus. We kind of saw this last time, even at Super Regionals, when Eager had taken Sylvanus a couple of times, then all of a sudden Jigz ended up trying to take it. We'll see how this works out for Mike and Ikes. Maybe PolarBearMike able to kind of take away a pick that they've been running and get things going. But instantly we're going to have Ego. They're going to take away Metyankey's pick in Zeus, and they're also going to go ahead and grab the Zing way early.
So this is, I think, the exact first 3 picks that came out of the very first game. Team switching sides, but the orders, orders been exactly intact. And there's the 4th pick from that one. Are we watching? Is this game 1? Is this secretly game 1?
Secretly, it might be game 1. I mean, we'll see if there's any other spice picks that end up happening, swapping the roles around. But that's just. Hey, man, when it works, right? Let's go ahead and do it. But we will
that's not game 1.
That's not game 1. We will see Cyclone more than likely on this Amaterasu, who's been banned out previously.
Yeah, Amaterasu banned out by Mike and Ikes. Actually, they didn't want Ego to get through. Geb, also a character that's been banned out every single game. Once again, Ego is banning this away from Mike and Ikes. So the 2 characters that both of these teams were banning away, they're going to elect to take themselves. Geb going to make his way on in. And if you can't get a Sylvanus to protect and put a big circle for Zeus's big circle, let's get a Geb to do exactly that same thing.
We'll do exactly that. And hopefully your ISP like interrupting because you went blank there. But we're good. We got you. We know what you said. So we're all settled up there, as it does look like the Ra, or the Mamana, I should say, is going to be banned out here. Baskin just went. Okay. I've got it backwards. We went early. We got it. We're all good. This is live, guys. This is what we do.
Oh my God, Freight's a fortune teller. It's amazing. It's what other party tricks can he do? Didn't see the Vulcan ban coming though. His Ego, they're going to take that one away. I'm honestly inclined to say that's a Snoopy ban.
You know what? Game 3, why not go ahead and run the Vulcan Snoopy ADC? That would have been fun. It would have been interesting. They haven't got their ADC yet. It could always have been an option for sure. And then we're going to see the last ban here in the Circuit. It's going to get taken away. Don't want to deal with that as well. Again, with Sylvanus having the heals, you don't want Circuit to get in there. But we are going to see a little spice in the mix. Homiefe is going to end up running this Kama. Let's see what he can bring with it.
Yeah, Camazotz, a character Homiefe likes a lot. He's going to be taking this one into the jungle here. A lot of damage, a lot of sustain on this character. You can fight him, you can bring him down low, but he can just jump on and heal up. Mike and Ikes, they're going to take a Scylla, which, I mean, no matter who you are, Scylla is always a very good asset to have on your team.
Yeah, they should definitely be fine. Sylvanus has the root pull, and then obviously the ultimate to go ahead and set up really everything Scylla's going to need. Thor going to be able to dunk down. I mean, there's plenty of setup on this squad for the Scylla to go ahead and do work. We'll see how Metyankey's able to play this out. Again, going into the mid role versus the ADC role. And it looks like Ravana and Anhur are going to be the final selections for both squads here. So the solo lane matchup is going to be Cyclone versus Baskin, and he's going to be on the Ravana.
Yeah, one of the most early game dominant solo laners going into one of the least early game dominant solo laners, at least as far as Warriors are concerned, with this Amaterasu versus Ravana matchup. This matchup was incredibly popular, really leading up to DreamHack, I would say, was when this matchup was kind of at its peak. We're going to be going into game here very, very shortly now. I want to remind everybody as we do that you can still, there's still time, link your hi-rez account to your Twitch account in order to have an opportunity to get some bonus free stuff. There's gems, there's Odyssey chests, and there's even very rare Twitch Ymirs that you can get. I know when I've not been casting, I've been trying my luck at getting some of that stuff online. These teams, they're looking to get a trip to the finals online for themselves as the game is getting underway.
Well, same ward's going to be placed out by the teams right here. A little bit different spots. This time, the blue ward.
It's reversed.
Yeah, it's going to be right in front of that mid harpy to see if they're going that way. But again, we do see Geb. That's going to be played by Jigz over here. Back over in the solo side of things. So again, this seems to kind of be their start, and both teams are just mimicking each other.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure how I feel about this one, but for the style that these guys are playing, it's a necessity, really. And Best this time around, he's going to be the one playing the Zeus. Best playing Zeus is always fun because he will just build 2 defensive items. Best is totally fine with building a spirit robe and, you know, a bulwark or a Genji's, whatever he has to do to stay alive, because he trusts in the base damage.
Invade over here, though, on the right, pretty heavily. Cyclone and the rest of the guys, Polar Bear and Mask, are all here versus Homie, Jigz, and Baskin. Let's see what happens as the speed buff is just going to get there. There's a 3-man knockup by Jigz. A little bit of damage going to be tossed out. Homie's going to heal up off of the 2 from the bats, and well, speed buff's going to get hogged.
Nice. Yeah, it's going to get hogged by Baskin, but Baskin could end up paying for this one. Everybody's kind of grouping up, but they split off and go more towards Jigz. Homie will be able to pick up this speed buff, and Baskin, he's not starting off in a great position health-wise. 3 members of Mike and Ikes are going to make their way into the solo lane versus the 2 from Ego.
This is the craziest start in stuff I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just having the 3 people in solo lane, it makes for fun. It's fun to watch. I know that much, as we're going to have this blue buff now. PolarBearMike looks to go ahead and solo out these elementals and go ahead and get that farm. You're going to have, again, Jigz and Baskin still level 1 trying to get it over here. Blue buff ends up being 1 small minion. Oh, the dirty boys right there. Leaving the 1 small minion, and that's going to be the end of that blue buff for a little while until that minion gets killed. And again, let's see if they continue to the pressure.
Yeah. Best and Homie, they're going to make their way on over the mid lane. Important to note, Team Ego, they did get both mid harpies, and Team Ego, they want to grab the speed and blue buff there. Met's going to throw down a little bit of damage. However, he's incredibly low, could fall for first blood, but no, the body blocks were good enough. Fight raging onward. Baskin now all of a sudden, he's the one in trouble. He's going to drop for first blood. CycloneSpin going to get that early kill, and now Homiefe has to run away. Crush not going to connect onto him, but Homie trying to get out. That slow should be enough for right now, and Homie, as of right now, looks like he will live.
Yeah, I mean, again, a nice knockup by Jigz. The chase is on. Cyclone looking for the shot, unable to get the heavenly reflection to go ahead and connect right there. He did get it earlier for the first blood, and again, that's a nice little kill. 500 gold for him for the bounty, so he'll be up 1-0, and he's already sitting at a level above, or just was, as Baskin now just hitting level 3. He'll have that small advantage going in the lane. It looks like the speed buff does get taken by Mask here on the bottom side. So really a lot of fighting around these buffs early in the jungle.
Yeah, it seems to be the way that both these teams want to play. And normally you'd think the team with a Camazotz and a Ravana would be the teams with the advantage in those fights, and a Zeus as well. However, really coming out on top was Mike and Ikes, as they were just able to bully out Baskin, bring him down incredibly low. No immunity with that 2 to his name. Just going to see very briefly if he put he still does not have a point into it. So still dangerous for Baskin right now. He doesn't get that free damage and CC immunity on just a normal ability in his kit. So he's going to have to play a little bit safe here. Yeah, wondering. No, he's going to put a point into it now. Baskin's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be all right. Again, the waves get ready to come up there. He just needs to catch up. It always is. You never want to give up the first blood to your opponent directly. Now, like, let's say the jungler gets a kill on the mid or anything along those lines. It's really terrible when the solo laner gets the kill on the solo laner, or, mid on mid. That always gives you a direct matchup discrepancy, and that's just going to be the issue that Baskin has to fight into. Not his first time, won't be his last time. We'll see how he handles it. Because, again, Alma not really known for the early game, but she's already hit 5.
Yeah, I'm off to a very good start. Homiefe going to be able to pick up his speed buff here. So, hey, an improvement on some games before, honestly. And right on time, Mike and X, they're going to rotate on over it and see the speed buff has been completed up to this point. They're maybe thinking about going in on Baskin, and a double tap from Mask going to come out, not going to connect. They're actually going to take this fight still. The ultimate, a beautiful immunity, though, coming out from Baskin. He should be all right here for the time being. Nope.
No, yeah, I mean, there's 3 members. It looked like the whole time Polar Bear's tanking it up, and he ends up rooting Polar Bear. So PBM's taking a couple tower shots, but it's still level 5. He has wisps. Didn't even use the shell. And really, Cyclone just pops the ult, uses the 2, able to get that combination together, gets another kill on top of Baskin. That's going to be trouble. This Amaterasu can really end up impacting these fights early on if she's able to get the rotation. But speaking of rotations, Zapman soloing mid Harpies at level 8.
And this time around, Zapman will be the one with a red buff around his belt on the second spawn of it. The glory times for Best are, they're completely done. This is now once again Zapman's red buff. He has a slight XP lead over Snoopy, not tremendously high. Snoopy, he's feeling himself a little bit. It kind of been outclassed by Zapman in these past few games, which, I mean, really to be expected considering one is by trade a hunter player and the other one is by trade a mid player. So not too shocking here, but now Snoopy on a much more dominant early game character. He's going to look to take the fights right to Zap.
Thor is going to go in the air. Mask is there. The shell or the shield is good. Best is going to get out of it. I'm a monster completely misses. Metyankey is going to have a couple of stacks on him, but the detonate, not quite enough damage right there as they use a couple ults, but everyone really walks away just fine.
Yeah, Homie doing pretty good health wise, and once again, I'd like to remind everybody, Camazotz, he has an awful lot of healing in his kit. His 2, it'll give him health. Bumba's Mask as well will give him health. His passive, it can give him health and mana, and his 3, well, that's also going to give him health. So if you don't kill Camazotz, he's probably going to be full health sooner rather than later.
And he also can get mana from the pools that are around. So anytime there's a dead player, he's able to kind of sit there as well and get those bonus mana and health healing as well. And but looks like both the buffs here, Baskin going to at least attempt to see what's going on here. Going to see that there's 4 players, and he might want to walk away, but instead he's going to take a couple shots here. He's actually getting the better of the auto attack fight between him and Cyclone, but PolarBearMike is like, hey man, I don't have a lot of mana, but here you go, have a heal. I'm going to back now.
Yeah, Mike just making the rotation, getting a little bit healthy. And despite the level advantage, Baskin should still have a small advantage in this early game, just as far as damage is concerned here, though does not have the tier 2 of a breastplate online quite yet. Defense going over the way of Cyclone, and that can just make all the difference in a fight. And yeah, Baskin, he's just going to pick himself up. Maybe not the same thing. Now he's going to change his mind and stick around, farm out for a couple more 100 gold.
Well, speaking of just farming out in general, they were waiting at this speed buff. Homie, Jigz, and Best were there probably 15 seconds before it was going to spawn, making sure that they were able to secure it. They know that's a high point of contention for Mike and Ike. They've been there every single game this series, and right now they're going to walk over. Homie can't get picked out here. The wall is going to miss. No stun available. Double tap won't even be attempted because he missed the wall. Mid-right, Harpies did spawn. Mask should be able to clear these out as we do see a fight. Snoopy with low mana. Homie's going to jump in. The Screech is good. Ooh. There's the bats. Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage, and he's going to use the swoops. Here we go. 1, 2. I don't think he's going to be able to get the kill. Yeah. He's going to have to back out.
Not enough damage. Pole going to miss from PolarBearMike. Homiefe juking that one out. And Snoopy stole the red buff, but Zapman, anything you can do, I can do better. He's going to not get one of his own. Snoopy going to secure that one. He's going to get it with the auto attack. Just walks around from the side and says, nope, this one's mine. Zapman has been stealing a lot of red buffs throughout this set, throughout his career, but this is not going to be one that he can add to his list.
Well, I mean, again, it just seems like both teams understanding what's been going on in Game 3. And this is the best part about having a best-of-3 match is that a meta evolves within the game. You know, you see this a lot of the times, and this is the fun part. Again, best-of-3s, you see Sylvanus over here on PolarBearMike, who had been on Jigz the whole time. You know, you get to see this Geb, which had been banned out, as you mentioned, now going to get picked. A lot of opportunities to sit there and change things up and kind of flip things around. And really just, as long as you're aware, you're going to be able to make the best of the situation. And Mike and Ike up 2-0 with a couple of buff steals of their own, looking good.
Yeah, Mike and Ike, they're having a good time. Though I think Homiefe already having a much better time this game. He's gotten all of his speed buffs. He's getting all of his speed buffs. This is a jungler's dream right now. To secure every single one of your speed buffs, not have one invaded. Hasn't been able to invade any speed buffs of his own, but you know what? He'll take the little victories for right now.
Well, the last time they tried to do that invade, they ended up giving up a kill to Cyclone in first blood. They attempted to go down there. Why invade? Over here, the 1v1 Zapman's going to get impaled into the Gold Fury wall. He's forced to ult out. Airstrike so potent. He's going to use the one. Go ahead and try to clear the wave. And it looks like Zap is willing to back, leaving a couple minions in the wave. I'm really surprised that Zap's going to back there just because he's so close to level 12. And that would have been a relic on that back.
Man, if only Jingwei had a passive that just allowed her to return back to the tower. Oh, look, he didn't miss a single creep. Oh,
yeah,
right.
He doesn't make a single creep, but he's still going to have to back up. It's still going to be another back. It's still a couple.
Okay,
he could have done this at the same time. That's all I'm getting at. He could have done it at the same time.
He could have, but instead he's going to clear out those minions, and let's watch. He's going to go now back to the base. There's the second relic, and he's going to fly right on back to the door.
I'm going to do my best impression. He missed 2 creeps worth of gold or something. Let's go. Everyone knows who that impression is of. So that's it. He missed 2 creeps and gold. Zap ends up getting it fine. He's a look, this is why I'm on this side of the broadcast. I don't play. Like, he ends up making it fine. This is what it comes down to. I'm not a pro. I'm just kind of hanging out here.
You just get bodied by
I get bodied by everyone farms me. I get camped in every game. It doesn't really matter what's going on. As we see the teleport coming in on the ward, I get camped all the time. Cyclone could end up getting aggressive versus Homie. He's gonna miss his ability right there, and well, the right hand harpies are gonna be where the fight's starting.
And the speed buff for Homiefe, once again, the highest priority on his list. That's going to get secured for him. He's going to walk away with that buff. And Cyclone, he's going to dash in on Amma. He's looking for the kill onto the best, actually, by himself for right now. Pole comes through for PolarBearMike. Knockup. Nice. That was not in time for the purification. Metyankey going to be the one who gets the kill. Beautiful chain CC coming out for Cyclone and PolarBearMike. And then Metyankey's just around, and to the victor go the spoils. They get the quick pick.
Well, that was just... the Cyclone stun is all of a sudden going to be it. What we got going on?
Zap almost died there. He was 1 auto attack away before a little bit of lifesteal coming through. That's why I said Zap. I thought he was about to get soloed, but nothing quite so exciting today. He's going to go back to base and fly right on back in, snag up those creeps. Snoopy does have to be very, very careful, though, because if he sticks around, Zap will be at full health, full mana, and Snoopy just isn't.
Well, red buff going to get invaded. Matt should be able to go ahead and grab that. Yes, that will. So they'll lose the red buff. Zap's going to go ahead and at least he will miss this last. He will get over there for the experience, but miss the gold on that creep. Snoopy does end up backing the whole time while in the mid lane, though. Actually, I don't know if it was shown or not. Metyankey uses almost got the kill on Homie, but a nice Jig shield ends up actually eliminating some of the damage. And I think Homie walks out and goes back to base with less than 100 HP. And again, now the Sentry Ward being cleared out by Zapman. Here we go. Gold Fury fight starting. TP are coming in.
Yeah, Ego going to burn all their stuff on the Gold Fury, and they're going to get it. And just like that, they're going to try and run away, mask out the range. Jigz, he's going to fall here, likely for the Gold Fury. And Cyclone, he wants it to be a little bit more. He's going in with the ultimate, going to connect on a Jigz. Jigz, he's not going to make it out of there, but so far support for Gold Fury. Beautiful pillar impale. Baskin going to drop to CycloneSpin, set up by Snoopy.
Well, let's take a peek at the graphs again. Now the mid tower gonna be aggressed on as well. They might lose this. Zap is flying in, but with no Zeus ultimate available, I don't really know if they're gonna be able to defend it or not. And the minions are pouring. Yeah, this ends up going down. So Ego gets the Gold Fury, but Mike and I get the 2 kills plus the tower.
Yeah, and Zapman, he's gonna try and fight it out with Snoopy a little bit, but Snoopy just immediately impaling Zap. He's having none of it right now. Zap, looking around to see if he can maybe take a fight there, but Snoopy already back to base. I'm just going to walk around the jungle. He might try and push down this tier 1 tower there, but what looked like an early quick win, gold neutralized, and XP win for Mike and Ikes. They continue to further their lead so far. This is different than what we've seen the past 2 games. We've seen Ego jump out to the early advantage. Mike and Ikes kind of come back with an Ego secured 1 win, didn't secure the other one. Now Mike and Ikes are the one with the playing field. So within this mini meta, we're seeing a bit of a change. So we'll see how Ego can adapt to it as we're 12 minutes into this one. And we are looking, and well, both of these teams want to get to the finals.
I mean, hey, look, there's money on the line, and everyone wants bragging rights, as that's really what it comes down to. A lot of these players, as I mentioned, you have two looks like Anhur versus Zapman. Again, he's going to ult out, so both ults expended, and Snoopy just trying to take it to Zap on the left-hand side. He'll clear up this one creep and possibly look to back and maybe make a rotation in mid. Again, with that passive on the right-hand side near mid, PolarBearMike is using the wisp to heal up. Baskin going to get a 3-man ult. Here comes the Monster, going to half-health a couple players. The wall was even better by Mask, and all of a sudden they might be able to re-engage with Cyclone.
Yes, Jigz is the one who finds himself in trouble, and Jigz is going to be the one who finds himself a respawn timer. Homiefe running away on that bat, and now all of a sudden, once again, Mike and Ikes, it's their fight to take. Baskin walks forward, pokes out a little bit of damage, but he just can't do anything right now. As Zapman, he's going to get pulled in by PolarBearMike as he's brought down to 50% HP immediately, but he's still no fear for him. He's going to keep pushing forward. Gonna think better of it now, though. Does not want to die to Metyankey. Sanctuary forced out. Really doesn't want to fall to that crush.
I mean, PolarBear is still here. He just used the whip to heal out. Homiefe is 5 levels below. Ooh, will dodge the 2 from Cyclone. That's going to be a positive, but won't dodge the crush, and he's got to go ahead and back up. He's going to try to heal up the minions a little bit. The pillar is tossed in to slow everyone down, and it looks like that is going to be the disengage.
Yeah, a whole lot of fighting there in the mid lane. I think, yeah, Jigz ended up falling in that fight, I believe, but not really a whole lot going on. It was a lot of ults, a lot of engagements, a lot of returning to base, and a lot of coming back in and just rinse, rather repeat. However, now for Mike and Ikes, they hold on to their lead. Ego doesn't fall any further behind, really, so it's just going to be, once again, another farm fest.
This is going to be a little bit of an issue, though, for Ego. If they can't get back into this game, I just want to kind of look at the graphs one more time. 70 or 7,000 was just like 8 as they just gained a little bit of experience. Lead, and then 3,300 gold is the differential. This isn't like a big mountain to climb. Absolutely, one Gold Fury or one big team fight can turn it around, but they're going to need to go ahead and grab that next Gold Fury and secure the next team fight win if they want to go ahead and have a chance at extending this game, because down 6-0, you got to find that first kill. You got to try to find that momentum somewhere.
Yeah, and we've seen Mike and Ikes do it over and over again. They find the big fights, they find the engagements, and they end up coming out on top here. Metyankey, I do want to mention, he's looked very good on this Scylla, but of course the player to watch this game has definitely been CycloneSpin, really setting the pace of everything. PolarBearMike hitting some big pulls to get some good picks there. Homiefe, aggression going to be turned onto him. He was trying to steal the boars, but instead he's just going to end up having a bit of a slap fight with PolarBearMike and Snoopy.
Well, he's going to jump over. He'll take a couple autos. Zapman just attempting to try to get this tower down as best he can. He's in a 2v1 Zap. You might want to be careful. Yeah, he's going to use the agility to get away. Right-hand side, though, we do have Cyclone versus Mask in a 2v, or with Baskin in a 2v1. He's going to ult over the wall. Looks like Mask is going to ult. Yeah, he's definitely going to go for this. He will miss the ulti, and he will miss the wall, but it doesn't matter. Cyclone won't miss that ultimate. It is the size of the lane nearly. He's going to secure himself a kill.
And in the meantime, over on the other side of the map, Zap and Homiefe, they're fighting it out with Snoopy and PolarBearMike. However, Homiefe, he's level 11, PolarBearMike's level 13. That's your jungler support difference. That's rough. You cannot fight into that if you're a Camazotz. 0-0-0, yet sitting at tied for the lowest level in the game.
Well, let's take a look at the player damage and see what Homie's really been up to if we hit that tab. He's at 5,300 damage just over the Zeus. He's actually got above the player damage of the Thor Mask, who only has 4K. But again, the 6th assist, really the big factor. And it looks like the Gold Fury is looking to get baited out here by Mike and Ike as they got some ward coverage, and Snoopy went to attempt to start it.
Yeah, they're all kind of grouped up and roaming around the jungle right now for Mike and Ike's. They want this red buff as it's just taking away. Honestly, that takes away farm from Zap, and that's the player that's closest to them overall as far as experience is concerned. The only one to match. The fight wanted to be started here. Metyankey immediately forced down to about 3/4 HP, going in for with everything. Baskin's on the back line, just pummeling into Met. Sanctuary going to keep him alive for right now. 3-man ultimate comes out from PolarBearMike. Ultimate drop down from Metyankey, and now it's going to be the dunk on the back line for Mass.
Snoopy's going to get one right there. He secures Jigz. The wall is going to miss. Snoopy's going to end up finding Homiefe. That's two. He gets the triple kill. Is we going to see another penta? There's a chance right here. The Sanctuary by Zap is good. One auto attack. Two are good. Snoopy gets the quadra. He's going to jump over, and he will secure the pentakill. The whole team around him bowing down with the taunts and the slams. They're all congratulating Snoopy for a pentakill. Look at all those pools of gods, and they're all from Ego.
Yeah, Ego dropping a lot there. Met and PolarBearMike did end up falling. However, really the number one point to mention there is 4 people were hit by the ultimate coming out from PolarBearMike. 3 were hit by Metyankey's ultimate. Cyclone comes around and gets off. I mean, that fight, PolarBearMike and CycloneSpin have just been dictating the pace of the team fight so far, getting so many people caught up in their own ultimates. And yes, Snoopy gets the big pentakill numbers. However, it was a lot of he was in the right place at the right time.
0 kills before that. You know how many he has now?
He has 5 kills now.
He has 5 kills now.
But PolarBearMike and CycloneSpin have been so absolutely tremendously influential into this game and important for Mike and Ikes. These are the 2 players that you have to watch out for. And PolarBearMike, he traded out his life to get his ADC a pentakill. Worthwhile.
Yeah, absolutely. Completely worth right there. And again, I liked the team play end up giving it to Snoopy. It looked like he jumped over. And I mean, Snoopy was one-shottable. At any point in time, he could have got hit with an ability and lost it, and he ends up getting it. Looks like Homiefe is going to give his swoop a chance, and he's going to get out of there as a nice wall over there is going to end up making Homie have to back out of here. The Scylla ult connects.
Well, on the bright side, Homiefe finally has access to a second relic, just hitting into level 12 recently.
Yeah,
I mean, it has been 0-1.
Like beating the game when you get to level 12.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
I get my second relic.
Yeah, I would never know what that's like. No, I mean, 0-1-2, that slash line doesn't look terrible, yet Homiefe sitting at the lowest level in the game. He's just not been able to get anything going for him on the Camazotz. And when you fall behind on a character whose main gimmick is damage, which is Camazotz, he's a damage character. He doesn't have CC. He doesn't really have this big control thing. He's a damage character. When you fall behind and you don't do damage, what are you really going to be able to bring into the game?
Well, what you're going to be able to bring is Cyclone, and the amount of CC that he brings from his ultimate forces out the Geb shield and makes everyone kind of back out. Baskin pretty low. Another 4-man knockup by PolarBearMike. Oh my goodness. Snoopy collecting his 6th kill. Couple people going to get stunned out. Zap finds Met on the backside, airstriking over back to the Phoenix for safety, and it looks like nice blink by Homie to avoid probably the root pole combination.
Actually ended up trading out there 1-for-1. Not the worst case scenario for Ego. Unfortunately, they do also lose a tower. Yeah. They did lose the T2 tower. And Mike and Ikes, they're just furthering and furthering their lead. We talked about Ego giving, Mike and Ikes away back into the game before. Game number 1, it was about a 2K lead that they dropped. Game number 2 was about a 6K lead that they dropped. This is 12. This is about 11,500 gold.
This is rough. This is where it gets hard. Yeah.
Yeah. This is where, 5 people have to get hit by multiple shots of the magma blast from the fire giant, or Ego could just straight up sneak the fire giant right now. Well, not really sneaking, they're just trying to burn it. Ego will get the fire giant and lose Homiefe in the process.
I mean, they're going to lose one mask with the slam on top of Jigz. Direct hit. Zap is trying to sneak the back, and he does. Zapman kind of running around the fountain. I think he knows he might have got away with one right there, as that back was just barely in time. As the rest of the crew, they do end up losing 2 total members as Jigz fell, but 3 members with Fire Giant. It's the 3 members you probably would want on it. No offense to Homie, but you're level 13. Not a lot you can really do with it.
Yeah, I'd much rather have it on Baskin than Homie for this particular game. Not looking, it still doesn't look great for Ego, as especially while they're waiting on the respawns of their teammates. Mask is going to be underneath the Phoenix fighting it out with Baskin. Their Ego going to try and take the fight to them. They actually end up doing a good amount of damage, and Snoopy, he's going to have to jump away. Jigz now rolling up again. 5 men stand strong for Team Ego. But while Mike and Ikes, they're just all going to back away. There's no reason to take this fight with them on their objective when they have the Fire Giant right now. No reason to give them any chance at coming back into this game. Just back off, farm up, and come back again when the fight is going to be more in your favor.
if Ego wants a chance to win this, and again, you know, we'll reiterate the fact that the gold lead and the XP lead, you know, near 20,000 experience, near 12,000 gold. The only way to do this is that I say it over and over. You got to slow it down and you got to somehow get the pacing. This Fire Giant is more of a delay than it is anything. So for the next the next 2.5 minutes, while this is still up, they need to do as much farming as they can with this up. Try to push these tier 1 towers up as a group, get a little bit of gold back, and try to make themselves come back. But the Gold Fury getting ready to spawn in 14 seconds. Look who's waiting, Snoopy. They've already got wards. Metyankey's here. This Gold Fury is going to be worth 1,500 plus. This is going to go the way of Mike and Ike, it looks like.
When you see teams get Fire Giant, you know, and kind of in lower level play, you have this huge lead. The other team sneaks the Fire Giant and they steal the Fire Giant. And then all of a sudden, the other team that had this huge lead was like, oh, no, we can't fight them anymore because, you know, they have the Fire Giant. The higher level play, that goes away. People start thinking, you know what, we just got to wait this out. We can still fight them when they're not on their objectives, and we can just wait this out. You know, get rid of that buff. Get rid of it on everybody. Ego, they're not getting anything off of this Fire Giant right now. They didn't even get neutral objectives. Yeah, they're barely pushing the waves.
That's the biggest aspect, I think, is that they're not even getting the waves really pushed up, and that's what Mike and Ike are doing so well. This is how you stop a Fire Giant team. If you want to know how, this is it. Get the waves pushed up as far as possible. Make sure that it's annoying for them to get to these. Again, you see the rotations of the group. They take the major objective in the Gold Fury right there. They clear out all their jungle, and they're pushing up the waves. 60 seconds remaining on this Fire Giant, and Ego have done nothing.
Also, having a 13,000 gold lead going into it kind of
really
helps you stop a team when they have Fire Giant. Yes. I wish it was as simple as push up the waves when the enemy team gets Fire Giant.
We make it sound way easier than it is, and especially from this third-person spectator client, we're able to kind of look around and see everything. I mean, we have much more of an advantage for what's going on than anybody. But, you know, those are kind of things you'd like to see happen. Just, again, the grouping is occurring here for Eager. At least they kept the Fire Giant away from Mike and Ike, because if they would have got it at that 22-minute,
that would have been
ended this game. They probably would have ended sub 25 minutes. At least now we're probably looking at maybe 10 more minutes if Ego can get that far.
Yeah, this is letting them catch back up. You know, Zapman almost level 20. And that's, you know, you just got to hold on whatever you can. The tier 2 tower on the duo side, though, not one of those things that they can hold on to. That's going to drop as well. Fire Giant wearing off here momentarily. Momentarily.
Couple seconds.
And taking a look at the graphs. Well, now all of a sudden, with no added bonus, 14,500 gold leads. Zapman finally hitting level 20.
Mask is in the air. They saw him in the mid, and Mask is gonna ult over the wall. Max Range Purification has to be forced out right there. That's Zap, and that's gonna be trouble. Next 160 seconds, he's gonna be a priority target.
Yeah, Zap, no ultimate as well, so even for the next 90 seconds, an extreme priority target as long as you can catch him out a little bit. Xingwei, we talk about how mobile this character is, but really all of it comes off of her ult and her passive. With no ultimate available, unless that man is standing in the fountain when the team dives on him, which is admittedly kind of possible with this kind of a lead right now, he's not going to have that mobility that Xingwei so enjoyed the luxury of.
Well, I mean, she's going to have a little mobility. She's going to fly out with her passive, and we're going to see where Zap's going to go. He's probably going to head toward the red buff and be like, oh, man, they took it. And then he'll end up going to the boards. He'll clean up this ward right here. He does have to worry a little bit about Cyclone. We definitely saw him clear that ward. Cyclone going to back up. Doesn't want to really deal with anything. Let's take a look at Cyclone's items, and the rest of the items doesn't have a Hide of the Nemean Lion or anything, as the Fire Giant is getting started. TP'd right over is Cyclone, as I was talking about him. And with the Wrath up, this is 100% free. The lack of vision going to end up hurting Ego there, and this might spell the end.
In a tournament hosted by his own brand, it's looking fairly likely that Zapman is going to find himself in that third place matchup against Jeff Hinla and his amazing friends.
If Zap won, everyone would have yelled rig.
Well, you can still say rigged. It's like when you win a giveaway in a chat and then you just spam. After that, you know, that's the only way you can really win a giveaway. The way to win a Smite game is to kill the Titan, and it looks like Mike and Ike, they're trying to break the base.
Another pull again. Baskin is going to get over there. Oh my goodness, the crush. Mask is going to go in the air. Baskin has to force the ult out. Let's see if Mask decides to dive in. He's going to go on the Best. The wall connect. What target? He just changed targets in an instant. Lands on Best. Walls Jigz. Double taps him. gets the kill, and he is out. Right-hand Phoenix the whole time, ends up going down. PBM doing a great job of tanking. Here's Snoopy's ultimate as well. They're looking to break this base, as you said, and it looks to happen now.
Best gonna lose his life as well as Homiefe. PolarBearMike might fall here. Zapman gonna make his KDA look a little prettier, but Snoopy, he's gonna shut that one down instantly. Metyankey gonna kill Baskin, and now the Deicide, nothing standing in the way. And in his own tournament, Zapman is dropping into the 3rd place game. F in chat to play respects.
Oh, absolutely. Let's go ahead and get the eager. Feels bad. If you have Zap's emotes for like
Zap feels.
Zap feels. Go ahead and throw them out there for the Zap feels guys. A little moment of silence for them. But hey, look, congratulations. That's the bottom line. Cyclone Mask, Metyankey, PBM, and Snoopy played out of their mind. Snoopy with a pentakill goes from 0-0-0 himself to 5-0, ends the game at 9-0. So as soon as that penta happened, Snoopy was like, "Oh yeah, I think I remember how to play Hunters." And all of a sudden, just turns it up real quick. Again, the damage was just insane coming from all the players. Metyankey leading the way at 22K, and just the rest of the crew from Ego couldn't really catch up.
Yeah, right place, right time for Metyankey. So much of his damage coming in there. And really, to me, the MVP of that game has to be... I mean, it's honestly, it's a close call between PolarBearMike and CycloneSpin, because both of them... CycloneSpin dictated the early game on an Amaterasu, which is a sentence you normally say. But PolarBearMike, he controlled every single team fight. He hit 3+ people every single time he ulted. It was impressive coming out from PBM. Really a great showing from N Ikes, and they're going to be taking on Astral Authority in the finals.
I'm super excited to see that, but we've got to go in chat. If you want to go ahead and see Ego Zapman versus the old Cog Prime boys, I want to see some Zapgasms in chat. If you guys want to watch this 3rd place matchup, because I know obviously the finals, but this is like a celebrity duel. You got to go ahead and get the classics going on here. So we're going to go ahead and stream for you guys Jeff Hinla and his amazing friends. This is going to be probably the last time you'll see this roster in a tournament unless something crazy happens again, versus the current team you just saw, Ego. We'll see if Zap's able to get his 3rd place victory or if he'll fall to the 4th place bracket. We'll be right back. Again, that's D-Syncs. I'm Freight Train. Stay tuned for the 3rd place matchup, guys.